Hello, good day everybody. Today's tutorial we are just gonna be discussing, or should I say talking about the forex indicators, or should I just say MT4 indicators. Well, we are just focusing on the basics, so you should not overthink when you're trying to focus on the basics of something. So firstly, what is an indicator? When we say forex indicator, we mean foreign exchange indicator. But before we can go further to talk about these things, we'll have to understand the meaning of an indicator for beginners. Well, indicator in a very simple way, an indicator is a signal or a sign. When you talk about indicator from a very simple perspective, we say that an indicator is a signal or a sign that provides information about the state or a condition of something. That's a very simple way of defining the meaning of the word indicator. But today we're going to be talking about the foreign exchange indicator, which is the forex indicator. Now, before we go deeply into forex indicator, indicator as a word is used in different contexts, because the word indicator, it's used in many different ways. The meaning depends, and the meaning depends if you are talking about science or you are talking about business or environment. But in today's topic, we are going to be talking about business, which is the foreign exchange market indicator. So that's the most simple way I'm going to break it down for you in this class. So moving on, a forex indicator is a mathematical tool. When we talk about foreign indicator, this time we're talking about the foreign exchange. When we talk about foreign exchange, we talk about business, we talk about transaction, we talk about money. So is that indicator, the indicators of that business, indicators of that transaction, that is what we are going to be talking about when we talk or comes to the foreign exchange indicator. So moving on, the foreign exchange indicator is a mathematical tool often displayed visually on the chart. Now, these things that are displayed on the chart, that they uses a price, volume, and other market data to help traders analyze current market movement, predict trends, and identify potential entry and exit point of a trade. This is a simple understanding when we talk about the forex indicator, which is a foreign exchange indicator. Now, in the foreign exchange, divided into various aspects. The foreign exchange indicators are all divided into various aspects depending on the one that you need or the one you want to work with. So indicators are divided into various parts based on the condition of the market. You don't just have indicators and just use them. You have to understand their uses. These uses are very important. So they are divided into various parts based on the condition of the market. This is why you see lots of people, or should I say a lot of traders, put all their indicators on the screen. Why? Because they are trying to identify, or they are trying to get a signal or sign about what? A trend, a movement, and to also know a possible entry and an exit point of the market. So for this reason, you see a lot of beginners trader, you put a lot of indicators on the screen, and while most experienced traders only use an indicator to know or confirm the condition of a market. Do we get what I'm trying to say? So every indicator here on this platform has its own usage. That's one thing you need to know. You don't just have indicator, and just because you see an indicator, you just put them on your screen because the price matches the way it flows. But talking about indicators on the MT4 platform has its own usage. Not necessarily using all of them, but understanding them will help you know how to apply them and why to apply them. As you can see on my screen, we have types of indicators, and just like we said that indicators are divided into various parts. Now on the first part you see trend. You see the subtitle there, trend. Now that's to tell you that every indicator that you see under this trend is used for what? For trending market. You can't be applying a trending indicator when the market is consolidating. It's going to give you wrong signs. They are going to give you wrong signals. Imagine you are trying to use a moving average when the market is consolidating. It's impossible for you to get a proper move in the market. This is why every indicator on your MT4 has its or her own usage in order to help you identify a possible move in the market, a potential entry in the market, and a possible reversal in the market. These are all the categories of indicator based on market condition. The first one we have trend, the second one we have oscillators, the third one on the MT4 we have volumes, and the last one on this our MT4 we have B Williams. Now all these indicators all perform specific purpose, and we are going to talk about them one at a time. Not all the indicators, but we are going to talk about let me say 2 indicators from each category. We're going to talk about the one on the trend, we're going to talk about oscillators, and lastly talk about volumes and B Williams. So after knowing the classification of these indicators, which we already talked about, trend, oscillators, volume, and B Williams, to this lesson we are just going to talk about a few of the indicators under the trend. As we already know that trend indicator is different from oscillators, volumes, and B Williams. So talking about the trend, what is a trend? But before we just use the indicator, at first you have to understand what is the function of a trend. What is a trend? When you're talking about trend, at a core, a trend is generally a direction in which something is developing. So when we're talking about trend, we'll just have to understand about direction. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to tell you is that when you talk about trend, we're talking about a direction, where something is developing or changing or becoming popular. It is a pattern of becoming popular, as I said before, a pattern of gradual change in a situation or output process, or an average or general tendency of series of data points to a move in certain direction over a period of time. That's one thing you need to understand about trend. Or trend is used in various words, but a core example for the basics for those that are still learning, a trend is just about general direction. It could be a direction to a downside or a direction to an upside. That's one thing you need to know about trend, and this trend has its own indicators. So with the help of the trend indicators, you can as well know about direction. So when we talk about trend, we're talking about trend in the business field, in the economic field, because trend is a word used in so many different areas. Trend can be used in the sporting area. It can be used in different areas, but in this our learning today, we're going to classify this trend into the economic or business aspect of it. So when we talk about trend in the economic or business aspect of it, we'll say that trend is a shift. Trend is a shift in the market or a consumer behavior. Identifying this is a crucial and very important part for individual companies to stay profitable on a long run or a short run. So when we talk about economic or business way, when we talk about trend, we have to know about direction. We have to think direction. That's the main purpose of trend. Now in the market, you can say market trend. When we are defining market trend, we are defining market trend as a market direction in which a financial market is moving. That's a way we can define trend in the financial world when we talk about the market world. So it's a direction in which a market is moving. Either it's moving down, which is the bear market, or it's moving up, which we call the bull market. Just as the name implies, whenever you hear bear and bull, it's based on the animals. That's how they were named in this form, for a better understanding for traders and those that are still coming. The way bull run and try to move higher or move its head when they move. That is how they classify the bull market, according to how the bull animal does its behavior. Now when we talk about the bear market, we already know the bear, they're always standing when eating. So whenever they start running or they start moving fast, they come down and they move with both hands and leg, and their heads is down, unlike the bull market. So this is a very lame explanation or a lame thing to use when defining a bear or the bull market. But in a very simple term, the bull market means buy, that is up. It means when the market is trending high, while the bear market means down, when the market is trending down. But in order to recognize this, that is where the indicators comes in. Yes, that is where the indicators comes in. So with the help of a trend indicator, you can as well know the behavior of the market based on the trend. That's what these trending indicators start from. So in today's class, we are just going to look at a few of them under this trend, so that we can choose the most appropriate one that we can study in this market, or in this topic, or in this class. While the other ones you can look it up, or also do your own research in order to understand better. So in this class, we are just going to choose the simple ones, the ones that are easy to understand. So they are all easy to understand. You just have to apply them to the right market. Okay, so in this topic we're talking about, we're just going to choose the moving average. Let's just choose a moving average. But before we choose the moving average, I'll talk about it. There are other ones there, like the average directional movement index, the Bollinger Bands, the envelopes, the Ichimoku, the moving average, the parabolic SAR, and the standard deviation and zigzag. So these are all indicators, and each of them have their own behavior based on the market condition or the market behavior. So you don't have to just overthink it. The best thing you need to do is to choose from the indicators list the one you are more comfortable with while using as a beginner. So today we are just going to choose a moving average. Moving average, just as the word implies, we'll be talking about the market indicators, and we'll talk about trend. So moving average is just one of those trending indicators that only works properly in a trending market. a simple example of a trend indicator in MT4, we have the moving average. A moving average helps to smooth out price data to identify direction of a trend. Do you get that? So you just choose the moving average and you see all the parameters. As for me, yeah, I like putting it in default, but in this lesson I just want to choose the one that suits my way of trading more. Just choose 6. Leave it in a very simple moving average because I want to see a trending market so simple. So I'll choose a simple moving average and I'll just add it to my chart, and immediately it's going to start telling you that in your main chart you have a moving average there. And if you click on that moving average which you have added, you see the color, you see the star, you see the time frame is applied to all time frame, levels applied to close to the market, method simple, shift 0, and the period of what, of 6. So the moving average is now applied to our chart, which is red. And as you can see, the moving average is just one line that is not straight but flexible, moving within the market. So right now the moving average smooth out price data to identify directional market trend. That's what you need to understand about the moving average. So right now the moving average is applied to our chart. As you can see, the price of the market right now is below the moving average. Now if you check our previous market, you simply see the function of a moving average. Now on the price is below the moving average and the moving average is above price, immediately you notice a form of trend in that session of the market. Like this session that I'm pointing out, you can see it all by yourself that the moving average was below and the moving average was above, and the price of this asset we are trading was what was below. So it simply outlined that right now I am above price and we are on the downtrend, because each time price opens and closes with the function of the moving average, it doesn't close above it. As you can see, when price start trading below the moving average here, you notice that all it does is close below, close below, close below, and the only price that did try to close high didn't close above the moving average. This is a clear example of a trending market when we are using the moving average. The moving average can be used in so many ways of the market, but in these studies or in these lectures, we are just going to be talking about the simple the simple indicators which you can apply to your market. Now let's go back to our indicators list. Let's delete the moving average and let's go back. You'll see that now we have removed it from our chart. We now have a naked chart and our market is still going in our direction beautifully. So if you click back and try to add other indicators, you come here to the trend, which we said we're going to talk about. You now put the Bollinger Bands. Adding the Bollinger Bands to the chart is just same way of the who added the moving average, but the Bollinger Band has its own perimeter. Every indicators has their own perimeter. Why? Because they all have their own specific function to the market. Now we have applied the Bollinger Band. Now what is the Bollinger Band? Now applying the Bollinger Bands on the screen, as we can see, it has its own perimeter, which is quite different from the moving average. As you can see on the perimeters here, I just set it to default and I click on save. As you can see on your main chart, the Bollinger Band has been applied, and go back, you just see it like this. Now, the Bollinger Band is a technical analysis tool, or let me just use a simple word, it's a technical tool used in the market. What is it used in the market to do is to identify or to measure market volatility and identify if an asset is still cheap to buy or too expensive to invest in. So the use of the Bollinger Band is quite different from that of the moving average. Do we get it now? The use of the Bollinger Band is quite different from that of the moving average. So when we are going to talk about all these indicators in depth, we are going to understand how you can apply each and every of the indicator when it is needed, not like putting them all on your screen and try to trade with all of them one at the all of them at the time. No, it is not how it should be done. When you are applying an indicator on your screen, it should be for a specific purpose, either to know a trend of the market or to know if a market is volatile or not. Now, if you check in this indicator that is on the screen now, this Bollinger Band, you will come to realize that there are some parts of this Bollinger Band that are very wide. Like this part now, you see it's very wide from the market compared to this session that is very tight. Now that's to tell you about market volatility, for you to know if a market is about to move higher or lower, and also to identify if an asset is still cheap or too expensive to invest in. So these are the basic things you need to know about the Bollinger Bands when you are applying it on the screen. So the Bollinger Band has its own usage. If for instance now you remove the Bollinger Bands from your chart, or you just click on that eye and it's off, you come to realize that this section of the chart that was traded before this current section, you will notice how tight the price was within each other, the bears and the bulls, how tight it was within each other. But with the help of the Bollinger Band, you can understand that, oh, when price was this tight, the market was not volatile. Now the indicators here tells you that this market over here at this period in time wasn't volatile, but a day before that day it was volatile. That's why you see the wideness of this session is different from that of this session. So that's a basic knowledge you need to know about the forex indicators in the trading market. So right now you can delete it and also check for other indicators in the market, like the envelope. If you add the envelope, you still see it has its own perimeters. They all have their perimeters. Why? Because each indicator has its own way of identifying a market, has its own way of identifying a market trend. All they do in this indicator is identify a trend in the market. Now right now we have the envelope. As you can also see in the chart, it looks like the Bollinger Bands, but just a few difference in how they appear. The Bollinger Band has three lines, while the envelope just have two. Now the moving average has just one line, while the envelope just has two. Now that's these are the things you need to know about a trending indicator. So if you check in our previous trading, you see that in this envelope indicator, when the blue and the red indicators are trading above the market, it signifies what? downtrend. Right now we are seeing that the market is below the blue and the red envelope of this indicator here, and we are expecting the market to continue trending down or going down as it keeps moving. So that's the basic things you need to understand about trending indicators. So when you come to trending indicators, the only thing that should come to your mind is that you are looking for a trend in the market using the moving average, the envelope, the Bollinger Band, the average directional moving average, the zigzag, the standard deviation. All these one under the trend all talks about trending market. So you cannot come and be applying an oscillator while looking for a trend. You cannot come and be applying volume while looking for a trend. You have to understand the use of a trending indicator before you can start using oscillator in the volume and B. Williams. So in our next class we're going to talk about the other subtitle under these indicators. We're going to talk about the insulator, and that's what we are going to discuss in our next class. So do not forget to like, to share, and to also comment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in our next class.